What's happening, Bitcoin Bulletin family? Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of the news that's shaking up the crypto world. First up, is Argentina's Bitcoin dream officially over as President Javier Milei faces economic turmoil and questions about his crypto policies? Then, we dive deep into MicroStrategy, ticker MSTR, and their aggressive strategy of issuing stock to buy more Bitcoin. Is this a masterstroke or a dilution disaster? Plus, Bitcoin itself is teetering on the edge. We're breaking down the critical price levels that could signal a full-blown bear market. And finally, the big question on everyone's mind. Will Bitcoin and altcoins surge or crash as traders anxiously await Fed Chair Jerome Powell's latest speech? You do not want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Argentina's Bitcoin dream on the brink. Just months after taking office, President Javier Milei of Argentina is facing a severe economic crisis, with inflation soaring and the stock market stagnating. Once hailed as a hero for implementing austerity measures that briefly curbed inflation, Milei's popularity is waning as he resorts to emergency economic policies. In a stunning reversal, Argentina has accepted billions from the International Monetary Fund, now owing more than several other nations combined, and is seeking further aid from the U.S. This economic downturn was predicted by former Finance Minister Martin Guzman, who warned that speculators were exacerbating capital flight and pressuring the peso. Despite the dire economic situation and his past advocacy for Bitcoin, Milei's administration has made little progress on cryptocurrency policy. Compounding concerns, Milei himself has a history with cryptocurrency scams and faces ongoing financial investigations. Bitcoin is not legal tender in Argentina, and the central bank has prohibited banks from offering crypto services, a move that starkly contrasts with Milei's own past criticisms of the central bank as a thief. Instead of dismantling the central bank or embracing crypto, Milei appears to be doubling down on traditional debt and maintaining the status quo. This development has significant implications for the future of Bitcoin adoption in Argentina and raises questions about the country's economic direction under Milei's leadership. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has stated the U.S. is ready to support Argentina, but the terms remain unclear, especially given the U.S.'s mixed record on providing aid to allies. But what does this mean for investors holding MicroStrategy stock? We're about to uncover if their Bitcoin buying spree is a genius move or a dangerous gamble. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin bonanza, genius or dilution disaster. Shareholders in MicroStrategy, ticker MSTR, are betting big on the company's aggressive strategy of accumulating Bitcoin, even using equity and preferred stock to fund these massive purchases. Their latest acquisition of 850 Bitcoin, financed by new stock issuances, has reignited debates about capital dilution and the sustainability of this funding model. The recent dip in MicroStrategy's share price, despite Bitcoin's gains, suggests investors are concerned about these dilution risks rather than the company's core performance. The key question is whether these continuous Bitcoin buys will ultimately create shareholder value or simply add pressure to the stock. While MicroStrategy boasts impressive revenue guidance and past earnings growth, the company's stock performance is now heavily influenced by market sentiment around Bitcoin and its own capital allocation decisions. Analysts are closely watching to see if this strategy can maintain its outperformance or if shareholder headwinds will become insurmountable. The market's reaction is divided, with some investors wary of the dilution and others optimistic about the long-term Bitcoin thesis. This ongoing strategy places MicroStrategy at a critical juncture, where future capital structure decisions will be under intense scrutiny. But is Bitcoin itself heading for a major downturn? We're diving into the specific price levels that could plunge BTC into a bear market. Bitcoin's bear market threshold revealed. Bitcoin has recently experienced sharp price declines, entering a bearish market environment and dipping below crucial support levels, sparking fears of a potential bear market. Investors are keenly observing whether a reversal is imminent or if further downside is inevitable. The short-term holder, SDH, cost basis model is a key indicator. currently sitting at $111,400. A sustained trading price below this level could signal deeper downward pressure and confirm bearish momentum, potentially leading to a larger drawdown for Bitcoin and impacting the wider crypto market. Maintaining the current price above this critical threshold is vital for preventing structural weakness. Interestingly, social sentiment shows a surge in buy the dip mentions, a common signal that often precedes opposite price movements. Historically, Bitcoin has moved against crowd expectations when retail traders are overly optimistic. If this optimism persists around the $112,200 mark, further downside might still be on the horizon, with panic selling potentially creating future accumulation opportunities. At the time of writing, Bitcoin is trading just above the $112,500 support level, having recently dipped to $111,478. Holding above the $111,400 SDH cost basis and consolidating above $112,500 could pave the way for a bounce back toward $115,000, averting a bear market structure. However, any significant selling pressure could break these levels, invalidating the bullish thesis and confirming the onset of bearish momentum. And what's causing this market anxiety? Traders are glued to Fed Chair Jerome Powell's every word today. Powell's speech, will Bitcoin surge or crash? Cryptocurrency traders worldwide are on the edge of their seats today, anxiously awaiting a crucial speech from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The market is buzzing with speculation about whether this address will trigger a surge or a crash for Bitcoin and the broader altcoin market. Powell's remarks are closely watched for any hints about future monetary policy, interest rate decisions, and the Fed's stance on inflation. Any indication of a hawkish or dovish approach could significantly impact risk assets like cryptocurrencies. Traders are analyzing every word for potential catalysts that could send Bitcoin soaring to new heights or plunging into a deep correction. The current market sentiment is a mix of cautious optimism and palpable fear, with investors trying to position themselves ahead of Powell's pronouncements. The outcome of this speech could be the deciding factor in whether the crypto market enters a new bull run or faces a significant downturn in the coming weeks. This event is a critical juncture for crypto investors, highlighting the profound influence of macroeconomic factors and central bank policy on digital asset prices. The market's reaction will be closely scrutinized as traders digest the implications of Powell's latest economic outlook. That's a lot to digest, but we'll be back with a rapid recap. Stay tuned for the key takeaways, and don't forget to smash that like button. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We covered Argentina's economic woes and the uncertain future of Bitcoin there, MicroStrategy's bold equity for Bitcoin strategy, Bitcoin teetering on bear market levels, and the market's anticipation of Fed Chair Powell's speech. If you got value from this update, please hit that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin for more daily crypto insights, ring the notification bell so you never miss a beat, leave a comment with your thoughts on today's news, and follow us on all our social channels. We'll see you in the next one.